Yo guys, really quick before the video starts, according to YouTube's analytics, 98% of you that watch my videos aren't subscribed, which is like, what are you doing, bro? Just hit the button. Alright guys, enjoy the video.
Yo, what's going on, ladies and gents? My name is Arbuckle. Welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to share with you guys some tips and tricks to improve your game in Call of Duty Warzone. It's been out for just over a week now, and I know a lot of players are on their grind trying to get better and trying to get more wins, and it can be very, very difficult with the amount of players that are in game and how easy it is to get back into the game. So the games are long and very difficult, and I wanted to help some of you guys out so that you guys can get better over time and pretty quick. So the first thing I want to talk about is not getting pinched going after a difficult gunfight. This has happened to a lot of my friends recently, going after gunfights that they don't necessarily need to get into, and they end up dying and getting upset. Going after players that you don't need to go after is a bad situation. With the map being so big and there being so many players, a lot of times you'll see somebody and you'll decide to run at them and go after them. And the problem is that there's so many players on the map that it's so easy to get third-partied, and you don't want to have to worry about that situation. So if you see somebody that's really far away, if you have a sniper, you can take a shot if you want to, but I don't recommend trying to force a gunfight that happens to be far away. Another thing is when you're shooting at a player, a lot of times they'll tend to run around corners. Let's say, for example, they're standing outside of a building and you put a lot of bullets into them and they run into the building. Chasing after them is not a great idea unless you know there's only one person and you have multiple people to help you out. I saw a few times last night just playing with my buddies doing significant damage to someone, and then that person will run into a building and my friend will chase them down, and as soon as they run through the doorway, that guy that he was shooting is laying down aiming at the door with a shotgun. It takes one shot and he's gone. So going after and contesting those gunfights that you don't necessarily need to force yourself into is not a good idea. You don't want to get third-partied, and just don't go after people that you don't necessarily need to go after. The second tip is don't peek for too long. Because everyone uses snipers, and especially snipers with thermals, it's not a good idea to stay out in the open for more than a few seconds. If you're going to have a sniper and you want to look around and see if you can see anybody with your thermal, or maybe you're just looking around with a regular scope trying to find somebody, don't stand still. What's a really great method is actually moving around. So you're walking around while aiming down sight. That way, if someone is aiming from far away with a sniper, they may see you. It's going to be much more difficult for them to hit you because you are moving. The downside about using those snipers is that, yeah, you can see people from across the entire map, but anyone looking in your direction is able to see that flash, that muzzle flash, or not necessarily a muzzle flash if you're not shooting, but the flash of your scope. So if you're aimed down sight, they're going to be able to pinpoint exactly where you're at. So, make sure that you are moving around while you're aiming down those sights so that you're not getting shot from across the map. That is one of the most annoying things in the game so far. And yeah, so just make sure that you're not peeking in the same spot for too long. The next tip is head glitching is key, especially in Call of Duty. Make sure that you are finding cover when going after these gunfights. So many players that I'll go up against, and I know the game's free, so there's a lot of players that don't generally play Call of Duty on here. I'll start shooting at them and they'll just stand still and shoot back, and that is not a good way to win gunfights. If you know you're playing against a good player, when that person is jumping and drop shotting and moving around, making it a little bit more challenging to hit them, and also hiding behind things. Use that mounting ability to your advantage. If you head glitch, it's going to make it so much more difficult for that person to hit you because all they have is your head that's available. So they're going to miss several shots before they actually hit you, and if they're trying to avoid your gunfire, they're not going to be able to stay locked on because your entire body isn't out. So make sure that you're using cover when you're getting in these gunfights so that your entire body isn't open to being shot at. You're going to win so many more gunfights this way. Mounting around corners or mounting on top of things, it makes it so much easier. And make sure that when people are shooting at you and you're shooting back, you're not doing the same thing. You're not standing still. Make sure that you are jumping around. Make sure that you are drop shotting. It's going to make it so much easier to win gunfights here in Warzone. The next thing I want to talk about is creating first shot advantage. This is something that I noticed was really, really important in Fortnite and works really well here in Call of Duty Warzone. If you start getting shot at, and they shoot first, they hit you first, I wouldn't necessarily recommend going right back at them because they got first shot off. So unless they absolutely miss horrendously, they're probably going to take you out. So the best thing to do is to create first shot advantage at every gunfight that you get in. So if someone starts shooting at you, run, duck for cover, and relocate. Try to find a new position to come out at and try to get those first shots off. If you get those first shots off, but you're out in the open and then they start shooting back, try to find cover again. Create that first shot shot advantage again. Because if you're constantly creating first shot advantage, you're going to win 90% more of your gunfights just because you're getting that first shot off. You're hitting those players. They're freaking out because they're getting hit. They think they're going to die and they're just shooting back randomly, hoping to hit you. And it's just so much easier. So if you start getting shot at, try not to immediately return fire. Try to find cover first, relocate, and create first shot advantage. That way you have a much better chance of winning that gunfight. The last tip that I want to share with you guys is something that just happened today, and that is solos just dropped. If you want to get better, play solos. It's going to be one-on-one gunfights. You don't have to worry about getting taken out by 2 players, 3 players. Going one-on-one is really going to help you out, and you'll notice that it's much easier to get in those gunfights when you're playing solos because it's 150 people all going for each other. It's not teams of 3 that are going to be camping everywhere, slowly playing where it's difficult to find people, and when you do, you just get taken out by 3 people at once. You're going to have a lot of gunfight situations when you're playing solos, and I've noticed that is much easier to get better, to improve your aim, and to kind of figure out where you want to go and how you want to navigate around the map. But these are some really essential tips that you can use to get better at Call of Duty Warzone. If you guys have any questions or any other tips, make sure to leave them down in the comment section below, and I'll be sure and try to help some of you guys out. But I really hope you guys did enjoy this video. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see all you guys in the next video.